Good morning and welcome. My name is Gwen. I am an artist, and this is a very slow day in my life, spending some time in nature and making art. If you feel like you can use some calm in your life right now, then please sit back, grab a cup of tea, maybe grab your sketchbook, and spend some time with me today. I've been writing all the left pages of my journal with my left hand because I want to practice. And I will also make a painting with my left hand today, which you will see later in this video. I really felt like spending a lot of time outside today, so I grabbed my sketchbook and my pencils and I went to do some sketching outside. Today I just decided to draw what was kind of in front of me. I started with this brimstone butterfly that I saw quite a lot of this morning.
Hey, mommy.
And then I started drawing the cherry tree in front of me, starting with the negative space surrounding the tree. And I was quite a bit disappointed at first when I had just drawn the negative space, and I felt like it doesn't look like what I want it to look like. But then when I started to fill in the branches more and doing a lot of shading and looking at where the light fell on it, and then it started to make a lot more sense. I've been feeling quite a bit like the world does not make very much sense these days. There's just so many things happening that seem very unreasonable. There's just so much going on, and I feel like our minds, are really not equipped to process this much information. It is all just too big for one person to hold. And when I'm feeling like this, that is when I turn to art. While I was painting outside, I was visited by two lovely gentlemen today who are just taking a walk around the area. I live in a beautiful little historic hamlet, so we get some visitors who are exploring the area sometimes, which is really nice. And it's also good that I got to practice my French a little bit. Okay. I'm now working on the left-handed painting that I was telling you about earlier. And it's a self-portrait. And it's a part of my project of 100 self-portraits with my left hand, which I've made a few shorts about already, which you can check out if you want to see my other self-portraits that I already did. In the one I did today, I was using acrylic paint for the first time with my left hand. Okay. And I actually really liked it. I mean, skin color is hard even with my right hand, so. I feel like a toddler. Which is fun, actually. Overall, I think it went really well, and I'm very happy with the painting that I made, but I'm not actually sure if it was this good because of the acrylic paint, or if I'm actually maybe improving with my left hand, which would be really nice, but I'm not sure. This is the painting that I made. When I was finished with my self-portrait, I wanted to work on one of the paintings for my larger portrait project, my people project, that I have talked about in an earlier video. And I will talk about it more in depth in another video when it is finished. But one thing I will say now is that this was one of those projects that did not really make total sense in the beginning. But it just felt like something I should start anyway. Because even though my head wasn't too sure about it, I just felt a very strong pull towards it. And I think that's usually a very good reason to do something. Just that your gut tells you like this is something that you should do. Something that I've been learning about my art practice is that not everything makes total sense in the moment. As a matter of fact, most things don't. Oftentimes, things don't really come together until they're almost finished. I also don't always see the connections very clearly, but I just have this feeling that I should work on something, this or that. And I don't know what it's got to do with anything, but later I notice or find out that it nudged me in a certain direction, or it made me realize something, or it helped me figure something out that I didn't even realize I was struggling with. When it was almost sunset, the light was so beautiful, and I have been very fascinated by especially the early or late sunlight on the trees and how it makes the trees look. And I've just been following that, and so I went outside to capture some images of it. I've been making some drawings already in my sketchbook around this subject, and I have no doubt that it will show up eventually in other artworks that I make as well. Come here. Something I always say is that a lot of times I feel like I know things in the back of my head. Not in the back of my mind, but I feel like they are literally located in a place in the back of my head, near my neck. A place where I cannot really see them, but I feel them being there. It's like my unconscious mind, I think. And if I just start to do things that I feel like I should do at that moment, things will usually take shape. They will appear in my peripheral vision at first. And when I try to look at them directly, I can't see them yet. But if I just keep going forward, they will eventually reveal themselves to me. So that's why when nothing makes sense, I make art. Here I was working on a black and white watercolor illustration for my illustration portfolio that I am in the process of putting together. And I will show you the elaborate process of this illustration in this weekend's video. I have this idea that I will try to post 2 videos per week here on YouTube. Just my regular video like this one in the middle of the week, and then another video in the weekend where I just show you how I make something. For example, this illustration, but it could also be a painting or just something in my sketchbook, or maybe a stop motion animation, just anything I'm working on at the moment. So you can see my process a bit, and I don't know, maybe you can just put it on while you make something of your own. That would be so cool. Or you can just sit back and watch how I make something. So if you'd like to see that, or if you want to see more videos like this one, I would say stick around. And for now, I just want to say thank you so much for being here. And I'll see you next time.